Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Mali and I talk about my own eating disorder and my recovery story, as well as about everything related to healing the relationship with food, body and movement. So let's dive right into the topic as we always do. I apologize, I just ate a brownie, but I was recently asked actually a few times how I healed my osteoporosis. As some of you guys know, I had anorexia for 10 years. I was heavily underweight, I would undereat, overtrain, and all these factors, as well as like hormonal imbalances, losing my period and all that kind of stuff, led to me having osteoporosis. Actually, I did the first bone density checkup in 2016, which was approximately like 1.5 years of me being underweight. My eating disorder developed before that, but I was heavily underweight for 1.5 years back then. And my bone density was at only 30%. I had the bone density of a 70-year-old woman, which honestly didn't even shock me, which shows the severity of the eating disorder, because back then it was actually like a badge of honor for me, because it showed me that I was quote unquote sick enough. Of course, this is extremely disordered behavior. Everybody is different. So there are people out there who are actually lucky enough to, don't have such a low bone density, even though their bodies are still sick and they still deserve help and they still are underweight. So I'm just saying that low bone density doesn't equal being sick enough. Same thing as with period recovery. I always say everybody is different, so you should not measure your sickness level on these kind of things. Back to the topic. So I got asked how I was able to, restore my bone density, basically, because I recently got a checkup and my bone density is completely normal again. And that after being like underweight for 8 more years after this first checkup. So I actually did one checkup, 1.5 years of, being underweight, and then I was heavily underweight for like over 8 years, and then the next checkup I did was recently after being weight restored for like a little over 2 years, I would say. And again, like my bone density is completely normal. I had a very bad car accident actually in February and I didn't break anything, nothing happened. So I kind of had a feeling already that my bone density went back to normal, but I wasn't sure. And so I did the checkup and I honestly cried when I saw the numbers, because my mindset changed so much. And so now I like really want to be healthy and I want to do anything to, keep my body healthy. So every little step towards health is a huge achievement for me. So what did I do? Honestly, I ate. And I know that sounds super simple and super hard at the same time, but I didn't concentrate on, taking a lot of calcium or all these kind of things. I did take vitamin D from time to time when I was still living in Germany. Here in California, it's actually not necessary anymore because we have a lot of sun. I spend a lot of time outside actually, but that's the only thing I did. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't, do any fish or like any other substances that could have vitamin D. So that's the only thing I took. But I didn't take any like calcium pills. I didn't take any other supplements for my bone health. I was just eating. And I also like didn't concentrate on quote unquote healthy eating or on certain foods that are good for your bones. I went through extreme hunger and I would eat everything that my body was craving, which was a lot, which was at the beginning a lot of like energy dense food. So as I often say, in the beginning of recovery, we often don't crave vegetables or fruits, all that kind of stuff, but our body actually crave like fat and sugar and carbs and all those energy dense foods, and I allowed my body to do that. I went through extreme hunger. I listened to my mental hunger. I listened to my physical hunger. And I think that was the best thing I could do for my body, because my body was literally telling me what it needs. Mental hunger and physical hunger are signs what your body needs. And it can feel hard to accept that your body needs sugar at the moment, or fat at the moment, or sweets at the moment, candy. But it is what it needs. And we live in a world where, diet culture, all these people are telling you to stop eating sugar and that it's unhealthy. But honestly, being quote unquote unhealthy is the healthiest thing you can do in recovery. So I would listen to my mental hunger. I would stop working out. So no over exercising there, actually no exercising for like 1.5 years at least. And eating. And this topic actually goes so much wider. It actually applies to a lot of topics. So when it comes to period recovery, yes, there are certain supplements and there are certain foods that are probably super helpful if you like want to, balance out your hormones again. But most of these things, whether it's losing your period, whether it's growing back healthy hair, whether it's getting back healthy skin, or whether it's healing your bone density, the main factor is to eat. You can take supplements and you can concentrate on like certain foods that are supposed to be healthy for like certain parts of your body. But I honestly believe that as long as you eat enough, and enough might be way more than you think. I actually had a couple of questions recently and I was in contact with a lot of you guys. Thank you so much for sending me messages on Instagram and email and on my website. I truly enjoy talking to you guys. You can always ask me questions. I'm here for your advice. But I had a lot of people who were actually surprised by how much the body needs, because oftentimes we think we already eat enough, and it's not enough. Like, your body needs to do so much repairing. Your body needs so much more energy and so much more rest than you believe. So eating enough is the number one thing to do in order to repair all those things. I'm not saying it is wrong to concentrate, for instance, on fats, which can be super healthy for all those things, or on carbs because they have a lot of energy. But you shouldn't cut out any food groups. That's the most important part. And if concentrating on getting in certain food groups is too triggering for you at the moment, just concentrate on eating. Your body will tell you what it needs. Your body is so much smarter than you think. So with the energy you're providing, your body will make sure that it goes to the right things. And your bone density or also your period are the right things because they are so important for your body. So your body will make sure that it repairs those things. And oftentimes it repairs the most critical things first, and then afterwards comes, for instance, like your hair. My hair was like so brittle and broken for so much more time than other parts of my body because that was just not a priority for my body. And it just makes sense. It just shows you how smart your body is, and that your body can handle a lot of food, that your body actually needs a lot of food, and that your body will prioritize the important things. And this is why it's also so important to continue eating. Even when you're quote-unquote weight restored or when you're in overshoot weight, you need to continue eating because that is when your body starts to repair the other parts. So I know, again, it sounds super simple and super hard at the same time, but eating is my number one tip. If you would like me to go into more detail about extreme hunger or about other parts of the body that can be affected by an eating disorder, or if you have any other questions, please let me know. Also, my book is coming out this weekend. You can pre-order the ebook right now, and the paperback version will be available on Amazon as well. I will link the link down below. And as always, thank everyone so much for following me on Instagram. My Instagram account is here with Marlene as well. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one.